Hi, my name is John Sisk, and I'm a 24-year member of MMOPA, and I guess a PA46 addict. This is the fourth PA46 I've owned. It's a 2002 Mirage that I acquired in 2013. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about some of the special features and STC modifications that this aircraft has on it that I think would be real meaningful for any owner and make it easier to fly and more enjoyable. I chose AirMart because I've known the Sutherlin family for 40 years. Grant Sutherlin used to polish my airplane when he was a kid, and known his dad and mom, and I trust them. They're good people, and they're here on the field, and they've just made it very convenient for me. One of the significant modifications this airplane has is a extended range fuel cap, and I want to show that to you right now. The standard fuel system on the Piper Mirage has a 60-gallon capacity on each side of the airplane for 120 usable gallons, and the main fuel filler is located here. And you may notice we've put some custom placards here to make it easy to read and communicate all about grounding and that kind of stuff. Now, to achieve the extended range fuel, we add another outboard fuel cap further out on the wing, and that allows us to put in an additional 10 gallons of fuel, bringing the total capacity up to 140 gallons. That's about another hour of endurance in cruise flight. Now, the Piper Mirage is what they call a FIKI airplane. That is, it's certified for flight into known icing conditions. And that consists of several things on the airplane. Most obvious are the pneumatic boots that you find on the wing and the tail surfaces. It also has a heated lift detector, heated pitot tube and AOA probe, electric windshield, and heated boots on the propeller. The starting point for the Alpha Systems angle of attack system is the probe. Now, it's mounted out here on the wing. It's a heated probe. It comes on whenever you turn on the pitot heat, and it has actually two openings on it to measure differential pressure so that it can detect the angle of incidence for the wing. Another modification that we made to this airplane is changing all of the traditional incandescent lights out to LED. So those are here on the wing, the navigation and strobe lights here, also on the tail, and then the landing light is also converted to LED. And that they're more reliable, and it also draws a lot less current on the electrical system. Okay, let's go inside the airplane now. I've got a few other things I want to show you. One of the really neat features in this airplane is that we removed the original Piper instrumentation that was going down through here and replaced it with the JPI EDM 900 as the primary instrumentation. The original instruments were very impressive to look at, but they still did not adequately monitor the engine. They only used one exhaust gas temperature probe to monitor 6 cylinders and 2 turbos. In this installation, you have an exhaust gas temperature probe at every cylinder and both turbos, so you can see instantly exactly how the engine is running. So what's the benefit of that? It makes running this engine really simple. When you're climbing out and transitioning to cruise climb, you simply adjust the turbine inlet temperature for a max of 1450 degrees. When you get set up in cruise climb, you go ahead and lean to about 1600 degrees using the TIT indication. And that will give you cylinder temperatures consistently below 380 degrees, which is really what we're trying to do. Another really nice feature about having the electronic engine monitor is that it is recording all of the engine events every 4 seconds. So if you experience any kind of anomaly, if you're taking the airplane in for service, it's really simple to download all of the engine data. You just stick a card in the airplane and it asks you if you want to download it, and you hit a button to approve that, and it starts the whole process for you. Another really nice feature in this airplane is it has the Alpha Systems AOA. The indicator's located up here above the glare shield, right in the pilot's view, and that's where you want indications of angle of attack. It's an interesting history on this because the FAA has had a real initiative to have angle of attack systems installed in general aviation airplanes as a safety enhancement. But the Piper Mirage, because it's a pressurized airplane, was not eligible for those approvals. And so we worked with MMOPA, Piper Engineering, the FAA, and Alpha Systems, and specifically got a installation approved for this airplane as a minor alteration. You don't have to have an STC or a field approval or anything like that. So that was kind of a breakthrough, and so a lot of PA-46s now can install this device. But this is the airplane that got the approval for everybody else. And it is also set up so that it gives you the correct angle of attack indication in both the clean, cruise, glide configuration, and also with the flaps down and the airplane dirty for landing. So you have the advantage for both landing, and if you had an emergency and you needed best glide speed, you simply pitch up for the donut on the AOA indicator, and it's automatically a weight adjusted best glide, best angle of attack, optimum angle of attack at any time. Another unique feature on this airplane is the SA200. This is a different type of altitude selector alerter. As far as I know, this is the only Mirage that has this enhancement, but it allows you to simply dial up the altitude you want and the autopilot will follow it. That's because we have an encoding altimeter that automatically feeds the correct altimeter setting to this device. Every other Mirage, you have to input that separately, and it's a little more difficult to use. So this is a real nice enhancement to the S-Tech 55X autopilot. Thanks for taking a tour with me of this Mirage and seeing what's special about it. If you have any questions, visit airmart.com.